to everyone. We will now begin our book. Thank you. A happy Wednesday to everyone gathered here. Thursday, sorry. A happy Thursday to everyone gathered here. I now invite Ras Aya and Ras Iran to chant a psalm and a song. Let us welcome them as they come.
Greetings. Blessed morning to everyone.
Greetings.
Greetings
Morning,
to the
brother.
students, the media house, and all the people of the college faculty. Give thanks, give thanks. We are here as members of the NYABINGHI THEOCRACY order. This is a churchical order, and I have able to come at this time to make a presentation of books, as you see on the table there, with natural of the African dynasty, where we see books that indicate of Mansa Musa, the richest man in the world, as a black man who was ruling Mali. So these are books that is educational to our people as a part of our gesture in the churchical order that we know. When we do these things, we do it as a charity. We don't look for no name calling, but we have to do these things because it's the love of our Father. Give thanks. And we will chant the Psalms to give our proceeding with the Almighty in the blessing of everything we do, because we cannot do nothing without the Almighty. Give thanks for you all being here and being able to see what educational levels Rastafari have able to gravitate in the community and into the world affairs. Hail I, Selassie, King Rastafari. Oh, the I am, the I am.
How excellent is thy name in all the earth.
Who has set thy glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babe and suckling, thou art in strength. Because of enemies, thou might steal the enemy and their vengeance. When I consider heaven, O Father, the works of thy fingers, the moon and the stars that ordained. What is man that thou art mindful of him, and the Son of Man that thou visitest him? Thou hast made him low and the angels. Thou hast crowned with glory and honor. Thou hast to have them in the works of thy hands.
Put all things
on their feet.
all sheep and oxen,
Beasts of the field, fowl of the air, fishes of the sea, and whatsoever pass of the path of the sea thereof. O the I am, the I am,
how excellent is
thy name in all the earth. Hail I, Selassie, King Rastafari, Empress Meninai, great ancestors I, great gods and goddesses of the ancient black, eternal race.
Give thanks.
And then I like to say, we chant psalm because they are a part of our spiritual living. So even though you all see Psalms 8 was this psalm we just chant to you all, ain't something that we boast in of, it's something that we do practically every time we live it in this life as Rastafari. So that's how we do it in living as a human being. We don't have to chastise no one, but we say we have tolerance within this world. So this is how we live within Rastafari. Blessed Lord. We will chant a song and then we go forward within it, anthem after this song. Haile I, Selassie, King Rastafari. And I proud to be black. I am an Ethiopian.
Proud to be black.
I am an Ethiopian.
Bingi Moses and Aaron,
King Solomon and Sheba too.
and I proud to be black. I am an Ethiopian. We Ethiopian have a glorious high story. For we gave to the world its first university sanctuary. Imhotep, the father of medicine, he was a black man too. And I proud to be black. I am an Ethiopian.
Give thanks. Thanks a lot for you all being here at this time, because you all could have been other way, but you all take out the initiative to see what we really come here to do. Give thanks. Blessed love.
Highly.
Thank you, Ras Iron and Ras Aya, for those chants and this chorusing. Let us put our hands together.
Give thanks, yeah.
We have gathered here this morning to witness the presentation of some books about Black heritage, Black excellence to the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome all of you who have joined us in person or virtually for this short but significant ceremony. We are honored to have you with us. We recognize the members of the CFBC senior management team, Dean Laverne Brooks, directors, managers, governors, president of the Student Government Association, Governor Kurje Stevens. We also warmly welcome, recognize Mrs. Lisa Romain Pistana, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education. We thank you for making the time to be here to support this event. We also recognize and thank Dr. Rotham, Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, who has oversight of the college. We want to thank you for your usual support for the Library Services Department. I wish to express a warm welcome to the students who are here today to witness this ceremony and who we expect to be readers of these books. Could you stand so we can recognize you all students, and let us give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Permit me to extend special words of welcome to our chief guests representing the NYABINGHI Theocracy Order, the donor. Let us give them a warm CFBC welcome. We are happy to partner with the NYABINGHI Theocracy Order in this information provision project about the Black experience and Black excellence, and we look forward to a growing partnership. Welcome, one and all. At this time, we stand for the national anthem of St. Kitts and Nevis. It will be played instrumentally. seated, please. I now invite to the podium Dr. Moya Othan, Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, to bring remarks. Dr. Othan.
Good morning. Mrs. Daniel, kindly allow me to adopt the protocol that you have established, but I say a special greeting to Ras, Iran, and Aya. Aya and Iran, sorry. Education develops the intellect, and the intellect distinguishes man from other creatures. It is education that enables man to harness nature and utilize her resources for the well-being and improvement of his life. The key for the betterment and completeness of modern living is education. But man cannot live by bread alone. Man, after all, is composed of intellect and soul. Therefore, education in general and higher education in particular must aim to provide, beyond the physical, food for the intellect and soul. That education which ignores man's intrinsic nature and neglects his intellect and reasoning power cannot be considered true education. These words were voiced by His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, Rastafari, 225th king to sit on the Solomonic throne, root of King David and regent plenipotentiary of Ethiopia, who has been a defining figure in modern history and that of the African nation. I believe that it is in the spirit of these words that the NYABINGHI Theocracy Order presents these books to the CFBC. We at the CFBC are grateful, for the books represent knowledge to foster the growth of the intellect, for man shall not live by bread alone. The order's gesture of giving is one that will enable knowledge exploration among our students and by extension our society, as you, may I dare say, the oldest of the mansions of Rastafari, remain committed to this aim of highlighting the contributions made by Black people in the protection of self while living in a global village. Like your brethren in Antigua who opened a school a few years ago, you deem education a gateway towards understanding and thriving in communities that are resilient and built on the principles of self-reliance and self-awareness. We look forward to students being aware of the international operations of racism and the global meaning of Black power as they read Walter Rodney's The Groundings with My Brother. May that they walk through the picturesque life of Sir Kennedy Simmons in The Making of a National Hero, an autobiography. We hope that they will be encouraged to discover their cultural traditions and history and to seek common cause in the struggle for true liberty and political recognition on reading Marcus Garvey's Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. Also, students, may you not forget your humble beginnings and the highs and lows of life as you read Michelle Obama's Becoming. These are titles of only some of the books that are being presented here today. But we also hope that the readers will be inspired to meaningful action, to consider change in systems and in daily operations. May, like you, they will see the non-existent and crave the meaningful manifestations of historical events like the Buckley's Uprising of 1935. Taking into consideration the significance of the Buckley's Uprising of 1935, I, like you, Rasaya, believe that an evaluation be done to to examine the plausibility of having a national commemoration of the event in some form, whether a monument or a national holiday, to sensitize the residents of the Federation of this. We are hoping that persons will become more sensitive, persons will become more aware, and it is only through one of the avenues, such as reading, that we will seek to become empowered. There are other avenues. You live, you learn, but let we not forget the power of words that are printed. May these books bring clarity and thought to action. For in the words of His Imperial Majesty, we must become bigger than we have been, more courageous, greater in spirit, larger in outlook. We must become members of a new race, overcoming petty prejudice, owing our ultimate allegiance not to nations, but to our fellow men within the human community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rotham, for that excellent presentation. Let us give her another round. At this point, we invite Mrs. Lisa Romaine Pistana to deliver her remarks. Let us welcome her as she comes.
Dr. Rotham, Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, Dean Lavon Brooks, the Dean of ASGS, Mr. Fitzroy Wilking, Curriculum Development Coordinator, members of the NYABINGHI Theocracy Order, Ras Aya and Ras Iran, Mrs. Sonita Daniel, Director of the Library Services and our chair for today's event, faculty and students, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, good, much better. That means we are wide awake. On behalf of the Minister of Education, the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Handley, and the Ministry of Education, it gives me great pleasure to be a part of this auspicious occasion, to be a part of this book presentation ceremony. The Honorable Dr. Handley wanted to be a part of this auspicious occasion, but had to represent the Federation at a COSAD meeting in Guyana. Nonetheless, he sends his thank you and his gratitude for so ably donating these books to the CFBC College, and he hopes upon his return that he will be able to personally thank you. It is Garrison Keller who said, "A book is a gift that you can open again and again." Today, the Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College is the recipient of one of the best donations that any institution can receive: books. Books are a treasure. And these are not just any books, but books about our Black heritage and our Black heroes. These are books that we can readily embrace. These are books that we can see ourselves in. These are books that as we begin to think about our future, we can see the strides and marks that we can make as individuals in this great federation. As I said before, books are treasure chests filled with unquantifiable wealth that can positively impact generations. Too often when we think of generation building and building of generational wealth, we only think of money. But I think most of us know that money comes and money goes. And sometimes when we think we have a lot of money, the money readily disappears. But knowledge is one thing that stays with us for a lifetime. It is something that we can utilize to impact the people around us, whether in our household or in our communities, whether local communities, regional or international communities. Books are an essential and integral part of our growth and development as individuals. Therefore, it would be remiss of me if I didn't thank NYABINGHI THEOCRACY Order for their generosity and focus on nation building. You know, sometimes when we think about Rastafarians, we have very negative imagery as to who they are. But I want us to give these two individuals and their order by extension a round of applause, please. They have set about breaking and shattering the negative imagery that we as a society have when we think about Rastafarians. They have indicated just by their sheer presence and the gift of these books that they are avid readers, which is critical. They are thinkers, which is critical. They are an integral part of this society, and they intend to make a positive mark on our youth. So again, we thank you so much, and I want you to show your gratitude by giving them a round of applause. In order for the nation to truly grow and strive, its people must have access to information so they can make informed decisions that will guide their daily lives. Thank you to the administration of CFBC for seeing the value in this donation and for treating it as such. You could have just taken the books and put them on your shelves. But this ceremony says that this is important, and it is for our students to realize the value that we are placing in this exercise. These books represent an opportunity for your students to learn, become exposed to the diversity in our world, and inevitably to grow. Students, I'm going to talk to you now, so I want you to pay attention. Students, the best way you can show your gratitude is by incorporating these books in your reading schedule. So we don't want them to sit on the shelves in the library and the pages never be turned by you or others. When this ceremony is over, I want you to come to the table and identify the book that you want to read, that you would like to borrow. And my hope is that you can speak to in the future, because all of these books are critical and important to your development. These books cover a wide variety of topics, and the authors are both local, regional, and international. Dr. Rotham spoke to some. There's one here by a local author, and he is a poet. He has the same first name as me, Romaine. My first name is Lisa Romaine. And he's, one of those persons who's unassuming. And you would have met him probably in your daily lives, but not even realize that he's an author. It also says that you too, with so many ideas within, you can become authors. So we no longer look to outside of here for people to educate and guide us, but it's contained within yourselves. So even at this stage at CFBC, you can be an author. So I wanted to think about the things that you're enthused about, you're excited about, and begin to put them down on paper, whether it's the actual physical paper or, I see some of you have your phones, putting them in the digital forum or the digital medium. So I'm challenging every one of you. The next time we meet, I want to see your face on one of these books. You are authors as well. So think about it. As a ministry, we continue to focus on inclusivity. And I know that many of you are different in terms of your origin, in terms of your likes, in terms of your desires, maybe your religious beliefs, but we believe that each and every one can contribute to what it is we are thinking about. You can bring something to the table. So we value it, and this today speaks to inclusivity. I know that you are a generation of netizens, so you like your tablets, your phones, the digital media. However, books are as equally valuable and should be accessed and consumed with the same level of excitement and unawareness for the passage of time. So the same way you spend multiple hours on your phone, you can curl up with a good book and let time pass as you learn. So as I conclude, I want to say once again, thank you so much to Iran and Ayel for your kind donation. And I wish you every success, at least your order and yourselves, every success in your future endeavors. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Lisa Romaine Pistana, for your excellent presentation and for making that plug for reading. Let us give her another round. I am Black History. We now give the microphone to Ms. Jasara Andrew. Let us welcome.
Good morning. I am Black History. From the blood that was shed to build these walls, I am Black History. From the sweat that watered these soils, I am Black History. From the tears that fell to fill your streams, I am Black History. We create Black history. Our lives become Black history. From our ancestors who were enslaved to our grandchildren who will reshape the world, we are Black histories. From our forefathers who built your nations, we are Black history. From those who fought for our freedom to those who fight for our rights, we are Black history. Even those who persecute us, they are Black history. Our stories of how we overcame, this is Black history. Our skin colored and dyed with the truth, that is Black history. Apart, we can be the future, but together we will become Black history. A young girl who raises her right hand and shouts, "Should I not matter too?" She is Black history. I should matter too. Hear her cries and see her pain. You can be Black history too.
Thank you very much, Jasara Andrew. And that was her own composition. Let us give her. I am Black history. Thank you very much. At this point, we invite Ras Iron to make the official presentation. And receiving the books on behalf of the college will be Vice President of Academic and Student Affairs, Dr. Roya Motha.
Yes. I'd like to say good morning again and give thanks for being here in the presence of ones and ones. On behalf of the NYABINGHI THEOCRACY order, we are here to make a book presentation as part of the book presentation ceremony. We would like to hand over a series of books to Calhoun Fitzroy Bryan College on behalf of the NYABINGHI THEOCRACY order. And we pray that this book will go a long way in stimulating the minds of the youths and bringing knowledge and understanding and wisdom to the ones that in the long run, as the one said, that they will become greater leaders and be able to aspire to great things in life to come, you know. And we pray that the books may bring a great understanding to ones and ones who put the interest in knowing what the book is all about, and that it may go a long way. I'm not a long speaker, a great speaker, but give thanks on behalf of the contribution. So give thanks to the college, Fitzroy Bryan College, you know, for receiving the books, you know. Yeah, this one is called The Grounding with My Brother. A great book as well, too, you know.
Turn on the book and the presentation I ran today. I ran. Let's hold on to it too. Yeah, highly.
Yeah, give thanks. That's the far I live it and doing it,
yeah. I would like to add something on the grounds of this presentation, if may permit me. We like to really put it in the format, even though you say protocol, but we like to say a call, because these are measures that we find many of the people don't really uphold. And these books are books that have values of information. And when we say value of information, we know, as I started out early, I said, Mansu Musa. I don't know how the college institution, they engage that name, but we know, as African people, we ain't fear to identify who we are. But we say no, we have to bring these things to our youths, because we realize a lot of things that are taking up play within moderation, sexism, racism, and terrorism. These are things that are in our format right now as a troubling ideal to human being. And we have to be cautious in how we're developing in the world affairs. That's why we say Mansa Musa was the richest man in the world, and he went from Africa in Mali and went on an expedition and deliver merchants to people who he meet on these expeditions. So we are always giving to the world, so we never stop giving. So give thanks.
Miss Hadassah Coffey, student, will now move the vote of thanks. Let us welcome her.
Good day all. Madam Chairperson, please allow me to adopt the protocol that you have so ably established. On behalf of the students and the staff of the Clarence Fitzroy Bryan College and the Literary and Debating Society, we extend a hearty thank you, firstly to you, the NYABINGHI THEOCRACY Order, for your thoughtful and generous donation and investment into our students today. Thank you. Additionally, we express appreciation to you, Madam Chairperson, for aiding the smooth procession of this ceremony and also for your welcome remarks. Thank you. We thank our Vice President, Dr. Maya Ratham, for such compelling remarks. To Ms. Jazawa Andrew, we thank you for sharing your poetic talent with us. Thank you. We thank Mrs. Lisa Romaine Archibald Pistano for your inspirational remarks. And lastly, to Ras Iran of the NYABINGHI THEOCRACY Order for presenting these empowering books to our students today. Thank you.
We thank you, Hadassah, for thanking all of us. This book presentation is timely. We often lament the paucity of literature on Black people. So this is a critical gap. This is a critical step in closing the gap. It has come at a time when readers of varying backgrounds are demanding to see themselves in books. Growing up in high school in my time, learning about blacks was limited to the black struggle during slavery, during the history class, and the study of Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird for literature. As children, we did not learn enough about blacks. We learned about Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, but not about Vic Reed's 65, which is based on the Morant Bay Rebellion in Jamaica. I am sure that the NYABINGHI theocracy would want me to say that reading these books will help to raise the level of consciousness, so the books must be read. Mrs. Pistana has already made a plug for reading them. This donation is a fine collection of books. Within the collection, you will find Michelle Obama's journey growing up in Chicago to her historic position of the first black as America's first lady. And this is captured in the book, Becoming. In the Groundings with My Brothers, Walter Rodney used his considerable intellect and analysis of history to conscientize the working people of Jamaica. His aim was to help them to see that their economic struggles were not ordained, but sustained by agents of power intent on maintaining the rigid class and racial foundations on which the society rests. In his book, Rodney goes outside of the norm by moving academia from the walls of the University of the West Indies campus to the ghettos to ground with his brothers, to promote understanding and widen and deepen knowledge. Within the collection, you will also find the autobiography of Sir Kennedy Alphonse Simmons, our first Prime Minister and only living national hero. In The Making of a National Hero, you will have an opportunity to learn about his life journey as a nation builder and our country's journey from colonialism to independence. These books must be used to widen and deepen our knowledge of Black excellence. There is information in these books that can serve as a literary lantern in our analysis of social and economic issues which we face today. Please read them. Lee McIntyre in the book Post-Truth says, "We have reached a point in our development where alternative facts have replaced actual facts, and feelings have more weight than evidence." These books present actual facts and hard evidence. Please read them. This collection of books gives the CFBC community another opportunity for education about not only our Black history and culture, but also about Black excellence. Herein lies an opportunity to commence or to continue our learning experience. Students, reading them will give you an opportunity to better understand the struggles and triumphs of Black people locally, regionally, and internationally. The NYABINGHI Theocracy Order has gathered some of the best to present to the CFBC today. I therefore commend you for your thoughtfulness and for this very good selection and for your partnership with us. We are happy that you have begun this educational partnership. Partnerships matter. We welcome partnerships, for we want to achieve more. We at the CFBC, we want to achieve more and deliver transformative impacts which will redound not only to the CFBC community, but to the wider society of St. Kitts and Nevis. I hope that today's donation by the NYABINGHI THEOCRACY Order will inspire other organizations, public and private sector entities, to inquire how they can partner with the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College in its 34th year of existence and beyond. This is the only indigenous tertiary level institution in this country. When CFB succeeds, the whole country succeeds. I wish to express sincere thanks to Ms. Novelette Benjamin for her great assistance and support in the organization of this event. Ms. Benjamin, can you stand and take a bow? I close this event by thanking all of you for your attendance, participation, and contribution. Enjoy the rest of today. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I'd just like to say a little prayer, because when we do leave, we leave with guidance of the Almighty. So can you permit me to do that, please?
Yes.
Give thanks. Yeah.
Please stand.
Yes. Many a time had they afflicted I and I from my youth. May I now say, many a time have they afflicted I and I from my youth. May I now say, the plow upon I and I back, they make long their flows. Highly Selassie is righteous, he's cut asunder the cord of the wicked. Let them be ashamed and confound they hate the old Zion. Let them be as the grass of the house top, the widow before he go it up. The moon shall not his hand, neither sheaf shall he bosom. Neither will they say, the blessing of the Lord be upon you. But rather, we bless you in the name of the living I, Haile I, Selassie I, King Rastafari, Empress Menenai, great ancestors I, great gods and goddesses of the ancient black eternal race. We give thanks for the proceeding to our permanent secretary for the Ministry of Education, to the faculties of the president, of the vice president for the student body, and I would like to say, Novelette, thanks for your good works, my schoolmate. That's why my schoolmate, we all are here because we're young, but we're still continuing doing what we have to do as a part of community and development within our society. So thanks a lot for the youths, them whoever come here. Brother Gil, all other people who are here, thank you in this gesture that the NYABINGHI THEOCRACY can make to the faculty of the College of Clarence Fitzroy Bryant and the library. Give thanks. Blessed love.
Away the camera, the media.